interesting. We see the news every day on how people are now starting to lose homes. And, something that we want to talk about today is the relationship with money. What is your current relationship with money? And I don't think that there's no one else in this industry, in this world right now, to talk more about how you should have or the perfect relationship that you should develop with money than our one of our mentors, Mr. Omar Perillo. Omar, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Carlos. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's the signature. Unbelievable. No, but I appreciate you actually taking the time today and actually speaking to all of us, speaking to the audience as well about how and what we have to do today in order to change and shift our mindsets, in order for us to have a better relationship, not only with money, but with your money in your business. And sometimes also that also translates how you are going to now have that relationship with money in your family, because the best and I believe the best inheritance that you could leave behind to your kids is that relationship with money, not money, but how you can earn it. What do you think about that, Omar?
Oh no, absolutely. I really think that when we're growing up, we see our parents and how they handle money, right?
Yes.
So what happens is, you see, like my dad was a great guy, and he knew how to accumulate things, but he didn't know how to keep things. So he
Yeah.
could like he could sell and get loans and etc. But then he couldn't keep it. So I saw that in my dad, and then I saw in some mentors how they managed money. So I learned the difference between accumulating and keeping, and
Yeah.
that's really important because you have to have your internal uh, blueprint of money. So what happened to me is I met a mentor at a young age, and I was already working and saving money. So I opened up my savings and checking account when I was a very young man, right? So
Yes.
I learned, and then one of the things that people don't do, they don't respect money. Like for instance, I'm not against it, but I don't have my kids. I don't use an ATM. Why?
Got it.
You can't keep track, right? I like to keep track. So for me, I don't use an ATM every week or every 2 weeks. I go in the bank, I get as much cash as I want. I got everything online. So I don't have to like take money out of the ATM. That's my little thing. But
Yeah.
some people can do it. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, no,
Um,
and I'm with you, and I'm with you. And to me, like we were just traveling, we just came from Florida, and we purchased some stuff for some of the business that we have over there. And that's one thing. Like one person asked me, "Why don't you pay cash for this? Why don't you use your debit cards?" Like, because I cannot track it. Why would
right,
I do that when you have OPM, you have other people's money? That only that, but something that we have to keep in mind is the way that you use your credit is also your money. Because you could
right,
use this little card that you are giving credit by, and if you're gonna pay with cash, might as well just use that card because it gives you points, it gives you rewards. Once you get home or once you actually get back home, then pay it off. And you
right.
see how you accumulate, you make more money. Not only quote unquote, that could be an investment right there. You want to travel somewhere, you want to go somewhere exotic and don't want to pay for it, get one of these credit cards, pay it off, and get the trip for free, right?
Exactly. And
So,
also, at the end of the year, of course, the credit cards
mhm.
give you a summary of your expenditures. So you can see
Yes.
entertainment, auto expense, maintenance, medical, all that is in categories. So it helps you create and do better job for your taxes. But let's go back to that internal thinking, because
Yeah.
wherever you are in your life, if you are not around people that respect money and manage money, then you're hanging around with the wrong crowd. Because
That is true.
I find that I have a lot of young mentees that are making a lot of money in these new industries, and they're blowing big money on the weekends at these clubs and going away. And I always tell them, keep put some money away, because it's everything's cyclical. You're gonna have a time in your life where it's a little drier than abundant.
Yes.
So be ready for as Jim Rohn say, be ready for the winter,
Yeah,
right?
for winter. Yeah.
Yeah. In the spring you plant. That's where you plant. That's where you're out there creating things. Then
Yes.
in the summer you're growing, in the fall you harvest, and in the winter it's dried up. So you got everything's cyclical. So I want
Yeah.
everybody to think about, where you are. Like think about it. A lot of real estate agents, top producers will still make money, but a lot of people that got in 2020 are going to have a hard time unless they start mastering influence and persuasion and how to list, how to be a buyer's broker, how to
Yeah.
all these different things because those folks now are going to have to really sell. And for
Yeah.
2 years, people are overpaying all this, which is great. But now you're going
Mhm.
to have to you have to learn how to sell. Same with the mortgage industry, right? So
Mhm.
what I'm
Yeah. True.
saying is, if you manage your money uh, through all these times and think about it as seasons, as Jim Rohn taught me, then when winter comes, you have money to take you through it. So I think people need to realize that you have to understand money. Number one,
Yes.
you have to understand where you're brought up, right? Like I was brought up Joliet, Illinois, great place. People in the Midwest, they pay their bills, right? So
Yes.
they're like they like to pay their bills. That's a good thing.
That's
And
true.
then number three, you got to look at your upbringing in your home. So parents, my parents are great people, but they didn't speak English. They escaped. They did the best they could, but parents don't know how to educate kids unless your dad or mom is in the financial industry or an accountant. They don't really teach you how to manage your money, and they don't teach that in school. So I think that if we can teach kids to have like a ledger, like I got my kids, they have a ledger and they have to write down everything they spend so they could see how much they spend or waste,
Yeah.
right? And then so I want them to learn from me because I know about money. So but a
Correct.
lot of people don't have that. So and then the external is your environment, who you hang out with, right? So Bob Proctor used to say, if you sleep with dogs you get fleas. And what he meant was, if you hang around dogs you're going to get fleas. So he
The
says,
wrong crowd. Yeah.
right,
People that know about money. Yeah. So.
right, you want to hang around eagles, or be mentored by eagles that can help you learn about money and business and purchasing and how to use credit, like you said,
Yeah.
Carlos, right?
Yeah. So in a way, so what we're talking about here is the habits that we create every single.
Froze up there for a second. It's not me. You there? Well, I think he's going to talk about the habits, right, Carlos? And yeah, the habits that you have to acquire to become successful in business. Hey, you're online.
We lost power, man.
Okay. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
At your place?
Yeah. I'm looking outside in the whole street.
Okay. Well, we had one.
Fire up
We had one guy that said, "Good job."
the what?
He said, "Good job" on our messages.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a minute. I'm gonna fire up the external.
Oh. Generator.
Yeah, the generator, and I call you back. Give
All
me
right.
about 5-10 minutes. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye.